A few days ago, we lost 13-year-old Emily Victoria Viegas to this virus. Earlier this month, it was a toddler who hadn't yet turned 2. And tragically, they're not the only children who've been taken by COVID-19. As a father, I know there are no words for the parents' grief. To Emily's family from Brampton, and to the family in BC, and to all parents who've lost a child, and to everyone who's lost a loved one, we are thinking of you. We are grieving with you. And you are not alone. To beat back the third wave and protect Ontarians, we're deploying federal healthcare workers to the province. This mobilization includes 3 medical assistance teams and 9 critical care nurses from the Canadian Armed Forces. Yesterday, the forces carried out their assessment of the needs on the ground in Ontario to finalize the details of this operation. We're working with our provincial partners on next steps, and Armed Forces members will be mobilized in the coming days. Let's be clear. Sending men and women in uniform to help in Ontario is a serious step. We're doing this because the situation requires it. Today, the first deployment of nurses and doctors from Newfoundland and Labrador will also be arriving in Ontario for the GTA. They'll land this afternoon at Pearson aboard a Canadian Armed Forces airplane. Newfoundland and Labrador is already organizing a second team of healthcare workers who will rotate in to help. Our government is covering the costs of deploying these teams, and we're ready to do the same for any other province or territory that can also step in with support. Unfortunately, Ontario is far from the only place dealing with a spike in cases. Across Nova Scotia, and especially in the Halifax region, numbers have risen quickly, and the province requested help. So we're sending support. We're deploying 60 Canadian Armed Forces members to testing centres in Nova Scotia. This will help stop the spread of the virus. For Albertans, too, we're standing ready. Over the weekend, the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, which includes Fort McMurray, declared a state of emergency. Yesterday, Minister Hajdu talked to Mayor Scott about the outbreak in the region and the situation on the ground. Our government has reached out to Alberta on what support they may need to keep people safe and get the situation back under control.